Hi everyone, welcome to Rick's 1/35th scale models. My name is Rick. Today I'm going to be looking at this Meng model. This is a 1/35th scale Russian ZSU-23-4 Shilika self-propelled anti-aircraft gun. As you can see, that's what it says there. They've got a great box art, nice big box, great quality kit also right up front. I'm going to be doing this in an East German version from the late 80s. And that's why I got it. But you have multiple versions here. You can do pretty much the original version. There's 4 separate eras you can build here. Soviet Union, East German, some of the different countries that had it on loan type things, and then the Soviet Union, as I said, and also the Russian Army. It has a couple different barrel options, radar options. There's actually 3. This version, one without a radar dish, one with the older version radar dish. Some of the extra parts on the outside are different depending on what era. All the parts, as you see, are very nice, very delicate. This is one of the few times where the box art actually shows all the detail that actually is on the model, where a lot of times it'll show it on the box art, but the model doesn't actually have it. But let's jump into looking at this and see what we get. So you have 2 different sets of paperwork within the model. The first sheet I'm looking at here is your paint scheme and decal marker. Now they have your East German version here. You're going to have, on this page, you're going to have a couple of different Russian versions, the different eras of the vehicle. Here, the paint schemes, the decals, installations, etc. Some more options, quite a few variants depending on the era you're going to build. And your standard green version. And then on the back side, you're going to have 2 more versions. Your this one and this one. Good quality pictures, well detailed graphics, very nice. So going through the instructions, you're going to have a nice little graphic here, multi-languages, vehicle history, a little background on the vehicle, going through that, then your normal instructions, how to follow the instructions, tools needed, decal installations, pretty much standard. And then you're going to jump into the build, and like most models, you're going to start on the lower part of the vehicle, building the road wheels, drive sprockets, and return wheels, parts of the suspension, differential, things like that, then the lower hull. One of the things that's interesting and I like about this kit is the driver's compartment has either a large window or a hatch you can leave opened with a lot of interior on the inside. So it does talk about you having to paint the inside and start that process. So depending on what you're going to be doing, you need to be prepared to work through that. Once it's fully assembled, it's going to be almost impossible to paint. So definitely make decisions early. One of the things the instructions have, and you'll see, is these letter codes depending on which version of the vehicle. Because there's multiple versions, you definitely have different parts to build. It's not just one type fit for everything. It has the adjustable axles for a suspension. They do move, which is nice. And then going through the tracks. Now the tracks on this model are one piece popped together, no gluing. So there's a lot of assembly, but there's no gluing of the tracks. There's no pieces to assemble. It's just one solid piece, which makes it a lot easier and not so difficult to work through. Here you can also see some of the interior of the driver's area. Continuing on through that driver's area there. Continuing, as we said, the lower hull, the different components, lots of little parts. Cables, tows, equipment on the outside, some PE sheet installation, some hoses to install, and then the back end, and then you're pretty much done with the lower hull and you start working on the upper hull. And then depending on which version, you're going to have one of 2 different versions on the machine guns it uses. There's lots of detail, lots of extra parts there to make them look really nice. And then going through the turret, you do have the ammunition boxes on this underneath the panel, so it's something to think about depending on how you want to build it, if you want to make them visible or not. Going through the cupolas, the turret parts. Here's your covers for the ammunition containers, your radar dishes depending on which version you go through, with all the support mechanisms and that. Continuing on through, all the different variants you can see here. And then going through and you're pretty much done. Now, as I said before, the driver's compartment, you can have the hatch either open with the window or totally open all the way. They show you how to do that. The driver's or commander's hatch up there, you can make that open also, but there's no interior there. It gives you a spruce sheet list here of all your different parts with the numbers. You need a magnifying glass to read the numbers, but they are there. Your decal sheets, PE sheets, and everything else. That's the instructions. Now, going through there's several PE sheets. We're going to start working our way through them. Lots of little delicate thin parts, really nice casting, no extra flashing, pretty clean. Really impressed with their casting on this. The detail levels are outstanding. Parts of the turret, all these parts are very thin, fairly accurate in thickness. It's not a very heavily armored vehicle, so these parts are very thin. Because you can have all this open, they have that real thin, they're really a good job on that part. A lot of these parts here are also very delicate and thin. Nice casting, real clean. Not a lot of work to clean them up. Continuing on with this one. I do have one broken spruce sheet here. That's how it came. One of the cables, pretty simple to fix, but still kind of an issue. The way they have it is pretty delicate. You've got a couple different burial options. One of the neat things they do is they do the casting, so they have the holes here. Makes it really nice and sharp. Instead of just your standard mold like this, it actually has 3 parts, so you get a lot better quality. Some really detailed parts here. Looking at all those. Okay, looking at this part, continuing on with lots of detail. You can kind of get an idea of the inside of these panels, the different detail levels. The ammunition actually here, really good looking casting. Flipping this over, and you can see on the other side, continuing a really sharp, very impressive job they've done here. Looking at this spruce sheet, all these parts are really thin. A lot of times, especially on the lower hull, these upper portions of the fenders and that are pretty thick. These are pretty delicate. The only way you can get these thinner would be like a PE sheet or something along those lines, but they've done a real good job, especially with these small ends of the fenders. They're real small casting, real delicate. Really nice job. Very good detail. All the little nuts and bolts, amazing. The gear here is very well done, and then they didn't make the mistake of putting any flashing on that to clean up, so you definitely keep the quality there. Say another spruce sheet similar to the other one I showed. Continue on with parts of the turret. There are a lot of parts on the turret, lots of little delicate pieces, lots of little things to glue on, but it definitely creates a massive amount of detail and quality. This is some of the other barrel options you can go with. They're very similar, but they took the time to at least give you both options so that you can have a very accurate model. Really nice job. Okay, looking at this part, once again, another very thin, very delicate body piece here, but because you can have parts open, they've done a good job to make it look accurate and to scale. And the radar dish here is amazing looking. All these parts are really paper thin. Really sharp. And then, like I said, there's no flashing. The casting mold went together really well. We have all the little bolts. You can see the nut heads here. Really good job. You're going to have 2 of this spruce sheet. You've got your road wheels, some of the other components, parts, covers, things like that. The drive sprockets, very delicate. I can't say it enough. It's got some amazing detail, and they've really spent a lot of time making very delicate parts, and the casting's superb. See all the road wheels here. They're 2-part with the plastic in the middle to make them removable. Really good job. Looking at this spruce sheet part, you're going to have your road wheel mounts that go on the inside to make them removable, and then you have your lower hull. Amazing quality detail underneath, something that you're really never going to see, but definitely if you were doing something where you wanted it rolled over or up on a lift, just knowing it's there is awesome. Outstanding job here. The level of detail and the delicateness of all these parts, really thin, good crisp casting. Even the little hinges back here look realistic. Nice work. And for the tracks, you're going to have 4 of this PE sheet, and you've got the track link, a little bit of cleaning up because you got 3 different connection points, but it's placed in such a way to where it's pretty straightforward. A little bit hard to get these cut out because of where they're at. This will take a little bit of time, but if you get yourself one of the real delicate nippers, you can probably work out fine. But they pop together. There's no gluing involved, so they move, they're flexible, and there's no way of messing it up. The pad side that goes on the ground is good detail. They cast these in black. Obviously you're going to prime and paint, and then they'll take detailing really nice with the quality and clarity in them. Here's your clear sheet. You're going to have the driver's window here. There's this panel here with the decal that goes on the inside for all the knobs and that to look nice and clear and shiny. Some of the headlights, tail lights, and things like that, sighting systems and periscopes are here. Really good quality, nice looking clear PE sheet. The last bag is going to have your PE sheet, fairly delicate, not too thick, some hosing, and then your decals. You're going to have your German version, your Russian version, your Soviet Union version, some of the different decals and then markings they use for those, along with some placarding. That's your panel here for your driver's area. Really good quality casting. A little bit of over on the Russian flag here, a little not quite square, but not real noticeable. Something you could fix pretty easy. So that's my review of this model. Hope everyone enjoyed it. It's a really nice kit. I'm definitely impressed with it. It's probably one of the nicer versions of this vehicle in the modeling world. They've got a lot of good quality detail. It's a pretty affordable price, not too expensive. Definitely Meng did a good job on this. Having the tracks that you actually assemble, the overall quality, the delicateness of the parts. There are PE sheets, but not a lot. But all the parts that you have, such as these fenders and that, they're all pretty delicate, really nice. Definitely impressed with it. So, any questions, comments, please reach out to me. You can get me on Facebook. You can email me. Please like, subscribe, make comments. If you don't like something, let me know what I did wrong. If you like something, I hope you enjoy the video. More videos coming soon. Always going to be out there, always available. Everyone take care, happy modeling, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.